슈퍼, 태자, 로그. 아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 2 코드 S The Coming Storm.
Oh, we get some Beethoven here. Right. Super versus Rogue. Okay, so if you had asked me about this matchup before I had seen today's games, I would say Rogue is going to eat him. He is going to devour him. Now, Super's looking a little bit better. I think he has a shot. I think we can chalk up some of the PVZ we saw at the start of the day to nerves, to anxiety, to discomfort.
Yeah.
I've heard this from a lot of the people that have played in our studio that after a couple games, you can't be anxious for that long, right? Eventually you can drain it from your system, just get into the zone. And he's already beaten Tasia. Rogue is the person who's actually fighting to get out of this group now. Solar beat Rogue. Upsets have happened all day today.
That is true. We'll see if Super can do it to Rogue. Based on that first series of the day, it doesn't feel that way, but maybe you're right. Maybe the nerves are gone and he can pull out some beautiful games.
Ever dream for game one. Let's go.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까?
Okay, so we're just going to go right into the game here. Super sending his probe out. Now, let's remember we saw the double pylon block twice in the game against Solar.
Ah, yes, that's true.
The double pylon block was at the third, though, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Here he's just blocking the natural. Not going to allow him to expand there. Very quiet early game.
Yeah, not much happening here. I'm kind of surprised we didn't actually do the player intros, considering.
Maybe because the probe was going across?
Yeah.
So, oh, it must be Russian. No. You don't send it that early, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think you could probably send the pylon probe if you were going to cannon rush or something. So, what's next going up?
Yeah, I'm, again, most interested in Super's execution, his builds. I mean, Rogue is a guy that we almost never see make major mistakes, right? And so
he had a tough first season, right? Got knocked out, round of 24.
And to be honest with you, I kind of chalk that up as a fluke. But then we're here.
It was amazing builds brought by Scarlet No Regret.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
He got out-strategized there.
He is not a round of 24 player. He's a round of 4 player. He's a finals player.
I do feel like at times the Koreans need to be a little bit better against No Regret and his crew. Just being like, okay, there's a high chance there's some kind of an all-in. Like a very high chance.
I think there's a red flag when Jake comes to the studio.
Yeah. No, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
Cheese involved.
when Jake comes to the studio, we need like one of those air raid sirens playing. Like, as all the Koreans need to get ready to stop Ling and Baneling all-ins. I think that Rogue and Solar had actually a pretty interesting ZVZ, but Solar got the upper hand in both games, and there you go. It didn't look like Rogue was bad at prepping. I thought he actually had a really cool idea with the second Roach Warren out in the open to make it look like it's the first Roach Warren, so that his roaches really spring a surprise on the opponent. But then it was handled like completely easily. So.
Oh. That's bad.
But I don't think Rogues looked bad today,
Yeah, no, I would agree. All right, so a Glaives build coming out of Super. We'll see if it's a more moderate one or he's going to add a bunch of gates. Overlord coming in to get that scout off. Up to 4 gates at the moment. It's the most standard way. Huh. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, this is definitely enoughlings that it's a problem. And then the Roach Warren comes down. There's 3 drones being made behind this, but he's already gone back into lings. What do you think about this?
Yeah, if you get over on top of this and you see that Glaives is on the way, you
Yeah.
have to make more lings because that first attack is going to be a little bit scary. I think that he'll probably poke with the lings one more time as well.
Yeah, I think why not?
Well, there was only a Stalker there, right? And Wargate
Yeah.
wasn't done, so it's kind of
It's like, what's
aw.
happening here?
Yeah. And then you can force an Adept to be at home, too. And that's one less Adept you have to deal with.
It's interesting when you see these buildings placed behind the minerals. At times, is this better or worse for Zerg, depending on where the Adepts are going to go?
Yeah.
Sometimes those buildings can aid as a wall.
Yeah.
Other times, you can lock Adepts from getting into certain areas. It seems like this is something you need like a lot of experience that I don't have. But you know, to just kind of know the ins and outs of this. So of course, as always, the queens come into the front. There's actually a misclick. What am I seeing?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Looks like you just right-clicked on the prism. And
That's
then
literally what happened for sure. And then, you know, hold on though. These lings are going to come in here for a surround.
That's a good surround. Oh no,
Yeah.
he's going to lose all
No
of these.
shade finishes.
Well, this one does. Let's see how many drones he gets.
Not a single shade finishes. Okay, never mind.
Well, those 4 do, but,
Yeah, but
not of the original
close
group.
enough. Only 4 away from 0. And I think completely and totally the rug pulled out from under.
Yeah.
Super.
This hasn't been good enough. Yeah, that hasn't been good enough. I stand by it.
Does that get the Artosis signature of approval?
For the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The defense not being good. Here we go. Another attack in. Again, you know, when the Adepts get killed off in mass that quickly, really hard to do anything. Okay?
Ooh.
Oh my god. More units picked off.
Oh.
This third, I don't think this is going to happen.
It's so not going to happen.
Well, he's going to back up, but
Okay.
maybe I've got a bad read on this, but I would
Never mind.
imagine he might send more over there. Maybe not. I guess this is enough Adepts, and of course, with the ability to warp in, you could always end up, if they do counterattack, just starting to deal the damage first. Protoss can cancel and remake.
I wonder if we're just going to see a big attack come out of Rogue. He's making some roaches. Lair is about to finish.
Could be. I mean, look, the Adept count is not high. The Adept threat is still real because of the Warp Prism, but it does seem like if he could just get in there and smash the third. We already saw Solar kind of do the same thing where he eventually had enough, he could pull the trigger, and it does, again, appear like Super really is not comfortable with skirmishes in PvZ.
Yeah, he is being outdone with those a little bit, getting surrounded in weird places, not really winning battles. A lot of roaches being made, roach speed on the way. Yeah, I think there's going to be an attack. This is so similar to what Super zoomed before. He has one Immortal Tasteless. He is once again Gateway Man. And if you're Gateway Man against Roach Man, that's not going to work.
Gateway Man versus Roach Man.
Yeah. He has one Immortal.
That's my favorite comic book, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, Gateway Man versus Roach Man.
Well, still better than Superman.
Yeah, you're a real anti-Superman. I'm not a fan of Superman either, actually.
It's just so dumb. It's just every superpower, invincible. It's so silly.
Okay, so this is a...
Dude, you're not stopping that with one Immortal. It's not going to occur. All right, he has 4 Adepts over here.
Yeah, the problem is the Adepts, it's a small fire to put out compared to this battering ram that is going to just push through here. By the way, Super's army isn't even in the right spot, so it looks like they should get up onto the high ground and actually have the surface area to take this. I mean, one of the only ways you hold this besides having the Immortals is that you have enough force fields that you make the fights less favorable for the Zerg.
Now look at it, already gets rid of the batteries. There is another battery coming in right now. Some pretty good force fields go down overall, but a lot of Ravagers moving forward right now.
He has not picked up the Immortal yet here. It's so low. He's microed it back. Finally, he picks it up.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, there's a lot of Stalkers, sure, but he's losing quite a few probes here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Immortal actually can't even get in here to merge in with the rest of the army. It's going to go down. Oh my gosh. GG, Rogue biting the face off of Super.
Yeah. Zerg is hot lava for Super today.
Yeah. Don't touch the Zerg.
All right. Well, it was kind of one-sided, unfortunately, for Super. He got his initial Adept surrounded. What he went into, you went into like Blink and +1. He had only 1 Immortal. It's like, if you have 3 Immortals there, it's still a scary attack.
I mean, he lost something like 7 or 8 Adepts just with a Lynx around.
Yeah.
And none got to Shade, or 4, depending on, you know, how you see it.
All right, Golden Wall next.
Well, this is a map that requires a totally different style of play. I don't know what Super has planned, but I'm a little bit worried. Rogue is so well-rounded. All right, our game's loaded up. Let's see what happens.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 팀 GP 슈퍼 서성민. 지네어 그래밍스 로그 이병렬.
All right. It's just a regular expansion coming right out. Scoutless Expo here, gas first from Super.
I'm trying to imagine a game where Super wins. I just don't know. And the problem is, it seems like his fundamentals are not. And again, look, he's a GSL player. He's amazing, okay? But compared to like Solar, or in this case now Rogue, it just seems like his fundamentals, the way he'll juke and jive his army, it seems like he just sort of. It's like watching somebody drown. You know, it's like he can't swim. You know,
not with these guys.
He gets in the water and it's like.
Yeah.
And he's not.
They're all dolphins, and he's only Michael Phelps.
Yeah. They're all Aquaman. They can swim with gloves
Aquaman
on.
Better than dolphins at swimming?
Yes.
Really?
He can swim with gloves on too. I don't even know how that's possible.
With
and
gloves
a suit.
on?
Yeah. He's got boots on. Who swims with boots like that? They can fill up with water.
He has actual boots?
Go look it up.
Whoa.
Let me check on my phone.
Well, that's how he sinks to the bottom, right?
Can't Aquaman talk to the dolphins?
Yeah, I know that part. I would assume that dolphins can swim better, though.
And what right now Super needs is that Johnny Quest translator to let him talk to dolphins. Remember that? Oh, hold on. I'm getting the movie Aquaman here for the picture, which apparently starred with Khal Drogo.
That guy is the
And
best.
look at this
Tasteless.
picture of him. Woo!
You still haven't watched C.
He's looking good. There he is, though. Look at he's got his.
There he is.
Yeah,
He's got his gloves on.
he's got his gauntlets on.
Yeah.
That's
what you need underwater is gauntlets.
That's one thing that we don't have.
It's the only way you can pick up
I'm
a
bringing it
poisonous
back.
fish.
Next time I go to the swimming pool, I'm going to have my gauntlets on.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always the case in this map that we have the upper platform and the bottom platform. It looks like for now we're going to have mostly an upper platform focused game, but we'll see. We also are, at least for me, I'm wondering when is the Zerg going to take that gold base, and how are they going to use that? Usually on maps where there's a gold base, the Zerg gets to take advantage of it first.
Yeah, and it's generally just better for Zerg overall.
Right. I think this map is an attempt to make gold bases where they're really hard to hold, which I think is smart. I think this is. I actually really like this map. I really welcome maps like
cool
this.
Map.
I think
it's
it's really cool because you can get behind the minerals and attack them, and there's a lot going on here.
Well, that's what kind of I think is meant to balance out the gold minerals a bit, because on regular maps with gold minerals, it was always very Zerg favored in the past. All right, so he's going to get in here and scout. This is a DT-based Archon drop that's coming out. Quite a standard build. I believe there's only 3 gates, though. Is that right? So it might just be poke with 2 DTs and take a 3rd base, that type of thing.
Yeah. He's like DTs today. Isn't that interesting?
DT Blink?
Blink.
Oh my god.
Ooh, we're going to go out with a bang one way or the other.
That's cool. I like it.
So maybe some DT harass, and he's going to be like, oh, look, I'm running away. I'm going to make Archons.
Well,
and then he's like, blink.
Yeah. You know, the only thing I can think of...
Oh no. He never even
Aside
got to
from
see
how
what
disappointing that was,
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of is what Classic did at BlizzCon, right?
Yeah.
If you're getting DT Blink this early, like, I guess he could use it only for harassment.
I don't think he is.
But
if he is,
it feels like it needs to be like a crazy harassment for that type of thing.
if he is going to use it to harass, I think he's going to screw it up because he's made a lot of mistakes with the depths already.
Oof.
And I think, you know, Blink is good, but I think it's still hard to get DTs away from Speedlings and everything else, you know? So maybe he wants to blink up from the low ground while he's blinking on the other side, on the northern side.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do not know that there's a comfortable transition from this, but I also want to point out the fact that he still has DTs running around is a little bit suspicious, right? Usually you try to attack and then you immediately Archon him, right? So there is
the fact that he showed 3 and an Overlord was in his base, I think he realizes, or Rogue realizes that there's 3 gates.
Wait, is there detection in the main? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, there's a Spore, but
that's
the Spore
not...
doesn't actually stop 9 DTs.
Uh-oh.
You know,
He's
it does,
like,
though.
Look at me, I'm going to warp DTs in over here.
Yeah, this is very tricky. Server comes up.
Not. Oh.
All right, he's going to kill all the queens in a matter of seconds.
He needs to get this,
I guess just blink out is probably your best play.
or you could lose them all. Hey, that's an option. Oof. All right, so 3 get out.
So he lost 6 DTs to kill like 4 queens.
Which is not cost efficient.
Look at this Spore run from the DTs. Spore is as afraid of them as the drones are. Hey, all right, all right, all right.
I concur. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So, I feel like we're seeing the beginning of the end of this strategy. It's not.
He's lost an additional 750 gas.
Yeah, this is not cost efficient at all. You know, even though DTs, I think sometimes you can look at them and they seem on par with Stalkers or Zealots. They cost way more.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I like that he's trying something very different because I don't think you can bring regular play and beat Rogue here as him.
Yeah.
But hey, he's getting some drones here. He does have to cancel off that base.
Okay, 10 drones.
Yeah, not too bad.
Ugh. And then there's this moment where you realize Stalkers don't have Blink right now. They're having to crash into each other just to get away.
Yeah.
Oh!
But hold on, these DTs.
There might be enough.
He could kill that Spore. Or he could just kill everything while it watches him.
Yeah, DTs are funny in that if you just have enough, they can take fights. Most of the time when they're spotted, they die, but if you have enough, but they have so little. The problem is that there's actually 62 drones right now for Rogue, so it's like...
Yeah, it's quite a few. Mutas are actually on the way. It's a pure Stalker army behind this. 3rd base at the gold.
I think it's actually, the Mutas are somewhat there to try to take out the War Prism, and he just wants Ling, Muta, maybe Bane.
Is it possible for him to make a couple Archons and go? There's not that many Roaches.
I guess you're right.
There's not that many.
It's a weird game because I don't think this is something Rogue practices against a lot, especially on this match.
Yeah, no, not this. No one's ever done this. This is like totally weird.
But yeah, I think you also, with this many Stalkers out, it's like, well, can you actually fight with Mutas? I don't know.
All right, Muta's going to be able to fly in and get some decent damage done, it looks like. There's no Prism out on the map, right? He lost that Prism. Okay, here comes the big attack. This is Super's one chance in this game.
Okay, he's going to shut down these gates. So that's 3 unpowered.
Ouch.
So even if there's a Warp Prism with the army, you're not going to have the kind of warp-ins that you need. Now, I don't think that this Rogue is going to be as concerned with trying to win the fight as trying to stall the game out. Now, the 3 DTs come forward. I don't know that Super's going to micro these, and they all go down.
Yeah, a bit painful there. Blinks everything together away. Not really getting the engagements that he needs here. His shield battery is saving his gold base, at least for now. His army supply is almost half of what Rogue's is. And it's only Stalkers.
Yeah, and Stalkers are not going to cut it here. And these are, well, I mean, I think, yeah, we're seeing the beginnings of the end here. This is just too much damage. Almost losing the War Prism there to Biles. And this is just a more muscular army. I mean, you can see it can eat damage and deal it. GG, Rogue wins 2-0 in a very one-sided series.
Yeah.
You know, this is really a story about unevenness in play. I mean, Rogue was defeated by Solar before, but he's clearly just overall more well-rounded. Super has strong suits against certain play styles and then huge weaknesses against others.
Yeah, did very well against Tasia. You know, very strong, decisive play. But here against Rogue and Solar, outclassed.
Definitely outclassed. Crazy. Okay, we're going to go to an interview now with Rogue, and we'll have that translated for you guys. Here we go.
Okay, the second winner of Group C is Rogue, and he moves on to the round 16. Congratulations. Thank you. You're back, Rogue. How do you feel moving on to the round of 16?
요새 저번 시즌에 되게 일찍 탈락하고
Well, last season I got eliminated quite quickly,
열심히 하고 있었는데
and I tried really hard.
아 뭔가 열심히 한 거에 비해서 오늘 경기력이 좀
But compared to my efforts, I don't think my performance was that satisfactory today. So I'm a little disappointed. I think I'm going to try harder.
패배가 많이 아쉬우셨나요?
So you're probably a little sad about the winners match, right? Yes, that's right.
올인을 할까
You know, I was kind of thinking, I was hesitating between going for the all-in or the macro. And since this is the winners match, I wanted to win quickly, so I went for the all-in. And then that was my
이번 시즌도
mistake.
아쉽게도 저저전에서 한번 발목이
Yes, you
잡혔었는데요.
were bogged down in the
하지만
DVZ match.
테란전 달랐습니다.
But the Terran
오늘
matchup was
굉장히
clearly
신뢰도가
different.
높은 유링링 운영을 보여주셨고
You've shown great
또
performance
테란의
with the
기갑병
Laying
찌르기를
Needleless and the Ravager
가지의
build.
여왕으로 정말 깔끔하게
And it was a
막으시더라고요.
meticulous
이런
control.
테란의 기갑병 찌르기 상대 불문하고 뚫린 적 없으신가요?
원래 저는 그 킴만 있으면은 막기 힘들다고 생각을 했는데
I feel like as long as I have the queen, I would be able to block my opponent.
막는다고 해서 리플 보니까 킴만 있어도 막는.
And that is what Maru told me.
그냥 맹독충기지도 안 짓고 킴만 찍어가지고.
So I just kept going to the queen and try to block up the hellbats.
그래서 다른 유닛 없이 여왕으로만 수비를 하시는
So that's why you
거였군요.
went for the
정말
defense
빈틈없는
purely with
수비
queens.
장면이었던 것 같습니다. 자, 오늘 이병렬 선수의 이 최종
And today,
진출로 강민수 선수와
by
함께
securing
이병렬
your round
선수
16
두
spot,
명의 저그가
the two
실전에
Zergs have
진출하게
made it to the
됐습니다.
round of 16.
사실 앞서서 먼저 진출했던 박용 선수가
And Dark, who has
현재
advanced
밸런스가 좀 저그가
previous day,
불리한 것
he said that
같다라는
Zerg is not in a
취지에서
good spot right now due to the
앞으로
balance
저그가 더 올라올
patch.
수 있을지 좀
And he
지켜봐야
was
되겠다
questioning whether
이야기했었거든요.
Zergs will be able
그런데
to
오늘 두 명의
qualify for
저그
the round of
선수
16.
진출.
But now that
그렇다면
today
밸런스가
we can
좀
see
문제가
that two
없는
Zergs
건
are now
아닐까요?
going to round 16. What do you think about that?
제가 봤을 때는
Well, from my perspective,
확실히 힘들거든요 저기가 지금.
it's clearly hard
테란전은
for the Zerg.
링링만 갖춰지면 괜찮은데.
I mean, for the DVT, if you go to the Mutalisk and the Ling, it's fine. But for the ZVP,
더 말린다고
the pros is they're able to do so much against Zerg.
더 열심히 해야 될 것 같아. 밸런스가 좀 안 좋았다고 생각하고.
I think since the balance is not favor for the Zerg, I'm gonna have to try harder.
어떤 변화가
Then
있었냐면
what changes do you think you need to make for the balance patch?
저는 공격 사도가 좀 약했으면 좋겠고.
Well, I hope the glaives adapt are weaker than now,
마인도 롤백 했으면 좋겠고.
and I hope the Widow Mines get rollback as well
아,
to the
그거면
previous
되나요?
patch.
네, 그거면은
Is that enough? Yeah, I think that's gonna be
그렇군요.
enough.
이게 밸런스상 이병렬 선수의
Well, that
의견을
is what Rogue has to
들어봤습니다.
say about the current
자,
balance.
시즌 2는 각오가 다르다.
And season
말씀을
2, Rogue,
주셨는데요.
you are going to
자,
show a
마지막
clearly different side of yours
한마디까지
this season. Anything you want to say before you go?
요새 진짜 열심히 하고 있거든요. 오늘 자면서
I'm trying really hard
목이
these
너무
days.
아파가지고 깰 정도로 집중을 너무 많이 하다 보니까
I'm focusing really hard on the game.
진짜 경기력이 스스로 되게 잘한다고 생각했는데 오늘
And I feel like my performance is really good right now, but today's performance wasn't that good. So if I can just concentrate a bit more and try harder, I think I can do good results.
높은 곳까지 올라가도록
And
하겠습니다.
this time I want to climb higher.
최선을 다하고
in the ladder.
계시는 것 같네요. 다시 한번 16강 진출
Once again,
축하드립니다.
congratulations, bro.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
네, 지금까지 이병열 선수였는데요. 오늘
Thank you,
경기
Andy.
최종 정리까지
Well, we
확인해
had some
보겠습니다.
excellent Zergs move on today. Today we kind of got every type of game right. I mean, we had really creative series. We had just kind of flat out abysmal failed strats like that last one. You know, I think Super has a lot to improve on, and that's exciting. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We're going to be back on Wednesday, as always, 6:30 p.m. KST for Group D.
And I tell you what, I think anything can happen in this group. DR and SOS, we know, are always contenders to go deep. But DRG is in great form, and so is Dream, honestly. These are two of the kind of like guys that came back recently that are doing very, very well. So I'm excited about that group. I think it's going to be really good. Definitely better than today's group. We had some good games today, but...
yeah, but today wasn't bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we had some really cool games. Again, Tasia is sort of this enigma to me because he looks like one of the best players ever in some of these games. And then occasionally he just makes some decisions or does a build or proxies too many times and it doesn't work out. But I think this is him just ironing out his play. I think if we give it some more time, we can only expect better play.
If his micro gets fixed up a little bit,
yeah,
and he just can identify some of these situations a bit better, because it was clear what was going on, but it's hard to scout that. You know, it's a very action-packed game. It's so quick. But yeah, I would agree with you. I think that Tasia's going to iron things out. I think he's going to be a player that's like round of 8 material.
We've still got another season this year after this one, so there's plenty of time to improve, and we have a lot more Starcraft to come in years to come. But again, very exciting to have him back here today. It was the players we sort of expected to advance. Rogue and Solar, although Solar gets out first.
Yeah.
That's the only real
Good
plot
job by
twist
him.
here.
Well, he definitely outdid Rogue in that Zerg versus Zerg. All right, so pretty fun day overall. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday. Again, that group is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see how DRG does.
I'm really curious, man. He's another one of these old school guys that's back. He's now here in round of 24. I will say when we've seen him in the past come back after a long hiatus, he did look like he was using the old style. He sat on Lair Tech for a long time. He was still very good at it. He would still look like the old DRG, but I'm more interested to see if he's made the adjustments, kind of like Tasia has. Tasia seems to be very, very modern in his play. That's all the time we have, guys. Thank you for joining us. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. We'll see you Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. KST.
Together we are unbreakable.